Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Remote Learning. Boys and girls, this is third week and we are going to start with the second lesson. This is our history section and we are going to start with the second lesson of grade 6 social studies. As you all know, this is our chapter number 16, The Road to Independence. We have already started this chapter. We discussed here about the road to independence, how it continued after 1930s and the world wars, and how the British tried to deal with the problems which were in those days to encountered, and how the leaders of Congress and Muslim League both were behaving during this tenure. There was a freedom fight, and actually the Muslims, they had their own demands, while the Hindus, they were only focusing towards the rule of the whole of the subcontinent themselves. So they were very selfish in this sense that they were ignoring all the other religious and the social groups which were there within the subcontinent, and they really wanted to grip all what was there, and they were even trying different tactics to overrule if there was some favor given to any other social group or the religious group by the Britishers. They were trying to overrule it, or sometime they were even planning to deal towards the solution of problem by themselves, ignoring all the other racial, religious, social and cultural groups within the subcontinents. So roundtable conference is our topic for today. Here we will discuss about the efforts of British governments, how they try to bring the people of subcontinent to deal with some problems which were encountered in those days within the region, and how the Hindus especially behaving during this time, and how they were trying to grip all what was around, and even they were doing different tactics, emotional, including the emotional tactics, in order to do whatever they want to do. So our today's topic is about Roundtable Conference and Government Act of India 1935. Before I start, now my advice is to keep your copy and books along with stationery items with you so that you may do the written work once I finish the revision and discussion related to the topic. So let's start. This is page number 77 of your reading book. We are going to start with Roundtable Conference. So boys and girls, the British government organized the Roundtable Conference in London from 1930 to 1932 to try to sort out the matters. At first, Mr. Gandhi did not attend, but Mr. Jinnah did and stated the case of the Muslims people. So this was the act of Mr. Jinnah, that he was in favor of solution of problems, especially the problems which were faced by the Muslims in the region. But Mr. Gandhi was trying to do different texts in order to avoid the encounter, and just in order to uh, um, do whatever he want to do, he was behaving selfishly. Uh, at the second conference in 1932, Mr. Gandhi appeared and merely repeated his demand of total Hindu majority rule. So, boys and girls, you can well imagine what they were wanting and what was their demand. The third conference didn't take place, but it met with no success as none of the leaders attended in 1932. So, since in the third conference there was no interest of any of the leaders, so what happened next? So, Britishers, they tried to solve the problem by themselves. How? In 1932, the British government issued the communal award, which said that Muslims would have one third of the seats on any central legislative assembly, and a percentage of seats in the provincial assemblies. So this was a solution which was uh, mm, given by the Britishers in order to give the favor to the Muslim majority in some regions where they were actually according to the proportion of the Muslims in the population. So this was a better solution. Hindus were furious at what they seemed to have the moderate and fair decision and rejected the proposal out of hand. Since it seemed to be the fair and moderate decision, but since the Hindu majority was very selfish, so they just overruled it. There were riots and violence in all over the subcontinent, and Mr. Gandhi vows to starve himself to death unless the award was changed. So, since this was the nature of the and greediness of the Hindu majority, including their leader Mr. Gandhi, that they wanted to grip all the things among their hands only. So that is how they didn't want to give even a small percentage to the Muslims even if they were in the Muslim majority areas. So if he had done so, there would have been the revolution in India with no doubt hundreds of the thousands of the Muslims slaughtered. So what happened? This moderate solution was overruled, and this showed the real face of the Hindu leaders towards the majority of the subcontinent. So what was next was the Government India Act of 1935. As the parties continued to quarrel with neither side giving way, British decided to bring its solution, which would be the basis of independence of India, and this was the Government Act of India, which was passed in 1935. Since there seemed to be no solution after the Round Table Conference and the uh, uh, other uh, important events which were held to solve the problems, they were useless. Even communal awards were overruled. So British government decided to solve the problem by themselves. How they started thinking about, and they just planned the Government India of Act of 1935. What happened next? Let's see. So it stated following points: India should become the self-governing domain as soon as possible. So they tried to sort the problem by just saying that India should become independent as early as possible. It should have a federal system, a central government, the whole of the subcontinent with the provincial assemblies in the different regions. So there should be a central government and the provincial governments under the central governments. There would be 11 provinces with the Sindh, Bombay and Orissa being the separate provinces. So it was decided that the whole India must be divided into 11 provinces, including the Sindh, Bombay and Orissa. Ministers in the Viceroy's cabinet, the real powerhouse of the government, would be responsible for the mainly elected central legislative assembly. So ministers were basically the powerhouse of the government who were able to run the country and held to grip the responsibility of the main elections. So except for the defense and foreign affairs, everything would be in the hand of the provincial assemblies. So this was another important point in this Act of 1935, that the main powers of foreign affairs and defense will be in the in the hands of the uh, British government itself. Full dominion status with all the powers in the hand of the people of the subcontinent would come in the near future. So this was the initiation of the steps which were taken up by the British government uh, to make the India an independent nation, but still they were trying to keep the foreign affair and defense in their own control. So they were going to make the India an independent state, but stepwise. So the solution pleased no one. Muslim believed that the quite rightly that they would have always have been in minority, since the 590 princes did not like to the democratic reforms, and the Hindus disliked the princes who had a majority in the upper house. So again there was the problem, since some of the princes they were not in the favor, as they thought that they should have to leave their own rule, and Hindus disliked that in some areas they might have their majority, and if even they could be in this majority could be ruled up by the Muslim princes. So both of the parties they just overruled it, and there was the inevitable disturbances, riots, and violence, agitation resulting in the which were just against the uh, efforts of the British government. So this is how the British India Act 1935 was overruled by both of the nations due to their own reasons. So boys and girls, this was all for today's lesson. Let's start with the written work today. Since this topic was about the Indian Act 1935, so our question for today is, what was the circumstances that led to the Government of India of 1935? Act of 1935. So we have discussed that government of British government gave the India Act of 1935 due to some reasons, because there were some reasons in the giving, but there were few circumstances that the round table conference failed. Number one was due to the attitudes of Mr. Gandhi. So that's why British government was able to give the India Act of 1935 in order to sort out all the problems of the region. Secondly, Mr. Jinnah was looking for a favorable solution. Again, there was another reason. Mr. Gandhi resorted to the emotional tactics of threatening to starve himself. So again, these were among those circumstances that led to the government of India to give an act to the region in 1935. As a result of the Hindus and especially Mr. Gandhi's fanaticism, there was riot and violence in the subcontinent. So the British government passed the Act of 1935, as neither side was gaining the way. So they tried to solve the problem by themselves, since they were not going to listen to any of the party. So this was the main reason that Britishers and the British government thought and let the government India Act of 1935. So next question is, was this act a solution to the problems of the subcontinent? The answer is no, but it intensified the problems, as we have gone through this page. So boys and girls, that is all for today. Hope you will go through it again, and this is advised from my side to read the whole pages of this chapter thoroughly in order to have reinforcement, and then do the work and submit it in the Google Classroom timely. Thank you very much. See you soon. Allah Hafiz.